How's it going, you sexy beasts? Today, we've been graced by game update number 12, and sadly it doesn't contain the lattice system we were expecting for Amrish or Esamir, nor does it have the fabled nanite system submachine guns. There's a few more polishing additions to this game, which come in the package of UI elements for spawn control units in large facilities, more potential loadouts for vehicles and classes, an extended tutorial that covers even more aspects of battle for players, and the nerf to the Fury grenade launcher secondary weapon for vehicles. As always, the link to the patch notes posted by Luperza on the community forums will be put in the video's description for you to read along. I won't cover every single bit of the patch notes, but I'll go over what I find most game-changing or interesting. Go ahead and grab a snack, your sad day harasser keys, sit back, relax, and let's cover game update number 12. The first thing we can cover is the extended tutorial, which adds a bit more game experience for new players to Planetside 2 to help ease their way into the very intricate and sometimes confusing combat. With the extension to the tutorial, which will be present to anyone creating a new character or by accessing it from the help menu, we'll show off some new outdoor tutorials. These include destroying vehicles, which would mainly be tanks, manning and using anti-vehicle turrets, how jump pads work and how they are controlled, driving ground vehicles, getting ammo for said vehicles from ammo towers, how gate shields operate and what they are for, and last but not least, overloading generators. As Planetside 2 is being ushered into Major League Gaming, it's no surprise that we're getting more and more tutorials for newer players. With these additions, the only last bits that new players are missing are some sort of bot match with other new players to learn the ropes in a stress-free environment. That may be a long ways off, or may never even happen, but would be pretty cool to see regardless. For map and facility changes, we've got quite a bit to cover. Sadly, the Amrish lattice did not come this patch, but the Esamir or Amrish lattice will have to be coming out pretty soon enough. As for what we've been given this patch, we've got some changes to alerts. These have been given some backward to the required population numbers before an alert will launch, to help balance out population problems that some servers may be having during off-peak hours, where one faction may completely dominate the other two. Point capturing and SCU status have been given some loving this patch. If you're in a large facility with a spawn control unit, the status of the SCU itself will be present on the status panel to the left to convey its status. Secure status means the shields are up and is completely invulnerable to enemies. Vulnerable status means the shields are down, but the SCU itself is still fully operational and functioning. Overloaded means the SCU has been compromised but not yet destroyed. And the destroyed status means the SCU is down and out, and more than likely, so is the facility. Now you won't have to scour the minimap to find the SCU icon to see whether or not you're fighting a fruitless battle. Some point capturing feedback has been put in, which will display the reasoning, if applicable, why you're not capturing a control point. These reasons include, but are not limited to, being inside a max unit, piloting or riding in a vehicle, or not having any adjacent territory or proper lattice links to that facility. Final thing to note for larger facilities are the Sunderer no-deploy zones, which are in place to prevent either defenders or attackers from camping a Sunderer right on top of or near the main capture points of an amp station or tech plant. These no-deploy areas act just like the no-deploy radii when attempting to deploy near other deployed Sunderers. Many facilities will fall due to infiltrators backhacking vehicle consoles and pulling a Sunderer right from under the defender's nose, and the entire offensive force spawning right on the capture point. With this change, attackers and defenders will both have to fight on foot to the capture points. As for warp gates, they've been rotated once again counterclockwise, so time to get readjusted to that new map orientation. On to the vehicle changes, and there's a few things to go over. First and foremost is the nerf to the Fury grenade launcher that every harasser user has come to know and love. Direct hit damage has been reduced from 750 to 300, and reload speed has been slowed from 3.5 seconds to 3 seconds. With the reduced direct impact damage, the Fury has been given a specialized damage type to stay just as effective against vehicles as it was before the patch. Now this is a much needed nerf, but won't see much of a change in everyday use, as the splash damage has remained the same. The Fury deals damage just like every other dual damage source weapon, just like the Lasher. the initial on-impact damage, then the splash damage. This change will prevent one-shots on infantry with direct impacts, but still keep that two-shot kills within 2 meters of the explosion. I personally don't see anything bad with this change, as it removes one more instant kill weapon if hit directly. Any aerial vehicle equipped with an ejection seat or any passengers performing a galaxy drop will now have a bailout effect around them while free falling. This is to indicate to both the player performing it and other players around that that particular player will receive 0 fall damage upon reaching the ground. Directional damage arc displays while in a vehicle have been slightly fixed to help the pilot determine where their attackers are hitting them from and how much damage each hit is dealing from the intensity of the directional arcs. The last thing that the patch has brought us are the added loadout slots for both vehicles and soldiers. By default, everyone will have the standard 3 loadout slots that were present before this patch. If you're a subscribed member, then you'll be given access to 3 additional loadout slots, and a final 3 loadout slots which can be purchased from the depot to further extend your present preset gear. Also, with the additional loadout slots, we're now able to double-click a vehicle or soldier loadout when engaged with a vehicle spawn terminal or weapon terminal to instantly spawn that loaded vehicle or resupply with the loaded soldier setup. There you have it, you sexy beasts. Game update number 12, another refinement patch to make Planetside 2 even more delicious. What changes are you guys liking? I honestly think the no deploy radius around capture points is freaking awesome and will hopefully prevent the endless turtle wars of tech plants. Also, I have some wondrous news for you lovely people. I will be on Friday Night Ops with Luperza this Friday, which is the 12th of July, from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Keep an eye out there and watch me make a fool of myself. It will be fun for all. As for this video, please give it a big ass thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the content or if you found it helpful. If you didn't, thumbs it down and let me know what I can improve on. You guys are freaking awesome. Want to see more videos like this? Then go ahead and subscribe. It's free.